Nice.
Okay.
Oh, you've already got this thing freaking set up.
All right.
Let's see. I may have to go for a little bit. Oops. Oh, that's perfect.
Okay. It's good?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's
yeah,
all your media.
that's the top
So
line.
your Twitter, your YouTube, your blog, your Meetup,
Yeah.
your Facebook.
Yeah.
Now, realistically, I would focus the majority of my time up here on my blog.
Okay.
And then your YouTube and your Twitter can be
Should
pieces of it.
Should I keep my blog separate from my site?
No.
Right now? Okay.
Because you're going to need your blog for your SEO, for
Okay.
your search engine optimization. And then your blog is going to advertise all of the other things that you have. So, you should have a page that has, your header.
I have a Gus Kavanaugh landing page, and I just had through a different provider, not WordPress. I had a blog that was with the custom domain codycharlton.com.
I would link it.
All right, so I was gonna Kathy had already started moving over blog posts, but I was gonna.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be there's GusKavanaugh.com, and then there's within my page there's a blog. And that's where all my stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I want to get your information, of course, but then I might have a really urgent need for a solution.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what we were talking about before. It's like you may have learned about all this shit, but you may not have time to learn about it.
Right,
So
right.
it's
I don't, right?
You know,
Because I'm sitting here trying to do content for the actual
Right.
the thing that I'm going to sell them.
So you have to you pick and choose, and so
make it easy for them to buy.
Yeah, make it easy for them to buy. So on your blog, what I want here is I want webinar.
Yeah, you're right. Crap, I don't have those linked into the blog.
Right, I
I'm
just
not
want an
doing
image
posts.
for that, and then I also want join my Facebook page.
Gotcha.
And then I also want your newsletter.
Yeah.
So all of those need to be advertised on there.
Gotcha.
And so the reason that I'd focus so much time on your blog is because that's where people are going to get the most value. But then also, if you create one good blog post,
Right.
you need to, at this point, you really need to be thinking about content, reusing your content.
Yeah.
So I created the blog once. Now I'm actually going to record a video of me talking about it. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be a video.
Right.
And so what I did, I'd show you is I just did one. It was 3 questions to ask your financial advisor.
Gotcha.
And so I wrote the blog itself, but then I went and I recorded a quick video. I just said, hey, look, if you're looking for a financial advisor, this can be really overwhelming, blah, blah, blah. It's just adding a little bit more into it. But now what am I doing is that I'm also getting on YouTube. So I have something to go on YouTube now.
Right.
So on YouTube now I'm advertising that video and I'm saying, okay, if you enjoy this, go read my blog. At the end of my blog, here's my lead magnet.
Right.
Okay, so that's what you kind of need to focus on. Like, here's my website. Hold on. Alright, so focus your time on your blog.
So blog posts become videos. Videos could then become webinars.
And they're call to actions to push
everyone back. And the lead magnet is the same thing as the newsletter. Or the newsletter would be an example of a lead magnet.
It could be a lead magnet, or the 55 Excel questions is really your lead magnet.
Oh, okay. Like PDF download that they're going to buy. They're going to get for free. Or
something. So here's the free download, and if you want the audiobook, this is a one-time offer. It's only $7. If you don't buy it now,
price is going up.
Then the price goes up to $35.
Okay.
Here, alright, so here, let's do this.
I like it.
So now, what do we call that? So we do an ebook.
Yeah, so as a lead magnet?
Yeah. So I'm just going to put LM for lead magnet.
Okay.
And then we want to do, because you need to upsell them. This is why I'm saying to do that, is that you have audiobook. One TO, one-time offer.
Okay.
Okay. So, one-time offer on my audiobook. This is an Amazon bestseller. You go on Amazon right now, it's $30, but because you're here and you've opted in, you get it for $7. I just want people to show me that they're interested and that they're willing to spend money, because those people are hotter. Remember, lead scoring, they're different. And then after that page, they didn't buy into the audiobook. Okay, here's a video course where I've recorded a video for each of these things.
Right.
And if you want it, $97.
Nice.
Okay. And if they say no to that, that's fine. What you're really trying to do, so I'm gonna say for this is just $7, and then this is gonna be $97. This is gonna be free. What I really want to do is I want to find my buyers through that. Okay. So now that they've opted in, and this is all kind of one thing, I don't want to confuse you too much.
Right.
But now that they've opted into that, now I need an email sequence.
Okay.
Okay. And the email sequence is, it's really just teasing. I'm just giving you enough of like how many people opt into something they don't actually look at it.
Right.
It's like, hey, go freaking read this stuff. Like,
Right.
here's why it's so powerful. So I would try to have a 5 to 7 sections, 5 to 7 emails. Really simple. And so you talked about having all these other blog posts that you've already created. So you can probably just take some content out of there and just give them a little bit enough to read, but then say we go in more detail in section 5 or whatever. Because ultimately I want them to to jump into here. I really want them to go through the content. That's where you're going to make your money. So this is your free thing that you can upsell them. And then your next thing is your webinar. So your webinar, I would just make it free.
Yeah.
It's free to come, it costs to leave. Because you're going to sell them something. If you even, like, some guys like Grant Cardone, it's $50 to go to his webinar, and he gives you an audio, or he gives you, he just had one on Saturday. It was 6 free videos, a 55-page ebook, and then an audio, and then the webinar. The webinar was 4 hours of him pitching you on his big ticket item.
Right.
On his it's a video library. It's his course. And so it's like you get some good content out of it, but it's like I'm paying $50 to get pitched.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
Like, but people do it, and he does them every quarter.
Yeah, I love how he throws in all his other marketing copy as a
Yeah.
value add.
Right, as a value
I'll throw
add.
this in.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's like, hey,
could have
why
been an
not?
ad I didn't want to look at.
And so for your webinar, what I would do is I would push it
Okay.
for your video library. You kind of got to figure out what you're going to sell there. It sounds like you have a pretty good idea already.
So that links. And the video live, is this different from the video course?
Yeah. Your video course is just you pretty much given some,
Oh.
you can do a screen grab of you
Gotcha,
going
okay.
through the Excel things.
Right, so that's all focused on one specific topic, and
Yeah.
the video library is all of the courses.
Is all of the courses,
Oh,
exactly.
makes
Yeah. And then your high ticket thing is work with me.
Right.
Okay. And so, this is free. This is probably what you want to do for $37 a month or $27 a month.
Right.
If you can you get 100 people in there, that's $3,000 a month
Yeah,
coming
that's
in,
no joke,
right?
yeah.
So you get some good revenue. All of this is all about recurring revenue.
Right.
It's all about your
Monthly
residuals.
recurring.
You only want that recurring stuff. This is going to be the nice juice, every now and then you'll get, some, this will be, you want me to come speak. Okay, I have a $5,000 minimum, you have to put me up, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Nice.
this is what the work with me is. And then your video library is just going to be the collection of all your past webinars. And so right now, you already have enough content where you can start building your video library.
Yeah.
So I own myretirement.tv. Okay, so I have those sections, I have PowerPoints for each one of those. So I haven't gotten to it to fucking record them and everything, but I'll get to it and
you
then
just
we'll
need to
put them
stop
in there.
sleeping, and then you'll have.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, if I can get over this damn sleep thing. And so now, once you've done one of these, now you pay somebody $5 on Fiverr, and I want you to create 5 different blog titles for me with images and everything that are captivating for my webinar.
Gotcha.
And then the next one is going to be for your video library, or each one of these. is, you know, I need you to create 5 blog posts for each. So you set up, I would use something like Buffer, where you set up every day, I've got 15 posts automated.
Wow.
And so, you know, you can do it yourself, or you get to the point where you can hire a virtual assistant and say,
Right.
look, every week I need you to put out 3 ads a day for my webinar, 3 ads a day for my videos, 3 ads a day for this, you know, 3 ads a day, so that you're always pumping your money things.
Right.
You know,
throwing people into the top of the funnel.
yeah, you're throwing them on. Well, I mean, you're always, you need to pump anyways to get them to your website.
Right.
Well, fuck. I mean, it's great to, like what you're saying, like engage and things like that. Half the people don't respond. Like, you always reach out to them, they don't fucking respond. So
I
it's
now
like,
start responding to the people who are like the, you know, the internet marketer types that I follow.
Yeah.
Who are, they'll be like, hey, what are your most inspirational something? Or
and
like,
they don't even respond.
this one guy did, but I
Did he? Oh,
love
really?
how that like I was one of 3 people who actually replied to his tweet.
Yeah.
And the other 2 didn't answer the fucking question. It was like
Yeah.
it was like, what's your favorite resource for like you know, I can't remember what it was like, but like consulting from remote consulting or something. And I was like, oh, this blog post. And the other people wrote like, well, I wouldn't bother with blah blah, or like, that's a stupid question.
Completely, yeah.
It was like, why
Thanks.
did you bother?
That
writing
wasn't even helpful.
And you
Yeah.
replied back like, thanks, appreciate, like, great list.
Right.
And I was like, well, are you gonna ask something else now? Like, I'm engaging with you, like,
Right.
come back again. But,
Right.
you know, I don't know.
Yeah, and so if you're on the other side of
What are
that,
yours, Taylor?
you know, and up here, I forget,
Yeah.
I didn't even put this, but if you're working on that podcast,
Yeah. Oh,
now,
right. Crap.
you know, your podcast is linking to this as well.
Good point.
Okay? And then, you know, you repurpose your podcast over to YouTube,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
so
We
that
did-
I just have my cover
Gary
and then the audio.
Vaynerchuk does that.
Gary does it all the
Nails
time.
it.
Yeah. And then, like, this shit needs to be in your video library anyways.
Right.
So yeah, I have it all on Facebook, but like, you may not know. This happens to me all the time. It's like, I don't know that people have all this stuff.
Right.
And so it's like, my video library is the collection of all of my media. This is where you can go and get it all.
Gotcha. That's a good way to think about it.
But
Okay.
I put it out on these platforms in order to let other people actually access it.
Gotcha. That's awesome, man. That's
So,
awesome.
you know, if I were looking at,
And I can see here, now that you've laid this all out, where some of these tools start to make sense.
Yeah.
And how as you start going through this, then you're going to be like, well, I do want to automate tweets with Buffer. Or
Right.
I really do want to build out these webinar pages and I want to sequence and I do need to A-B test my
right.
this. And
Exactly.
now it makes sense to go with ClickFunnels or something.
Yeah, and so you talk about A/B testing. It's like, well, my this is gonna be free. Like Russell Brunson, he sold so this book. He sold it.
Hold it up.
yeah. .com secrets. So he sold this through his website, and I think it was $10. It was what you could buy it on Amazon for.
Okay.
But if you got it through his website, then you got his whole video training. And so his one-click upsell was his audiobook for $37. Who the fuck did I spend $37?
Right.
But I bet if I spend $37, I'm gonna get through it.
Yeah.
You know.
Right, whereas it looks like
And
you
if it's
did actually
audiobook,
read that book.
yeah, I
but
did. Yeah,
I can see
absolutely.
you value, but I hear you
Read
though.
that one for sure. But yeah, so if I were you in terms of like priorities,
Right.
what I would do, you know, as soon as you can, get yourself a basic website with your blog. You got to get that stuff set up.
It's basically there. I just haven't moved all the blog posts over, and then I need to write some new ones. But
And it needs to be,
It's basically
it
there.
can be simple. It doesn't have to be anything too complicated. But then start working on that lead magnet. Maybe it's not 15, maybe it's,
yeah,
or maybe it's not
55.
55.
I think that might be the sell one. 15 is probably plenty.
15, right?
Yeah,
And so it's 15, and then you have your audio, you have your mic that's coming in. So just record the fucking audio,
Yeah,
and then put it on there. And then the video course can be you just
going through it.
going
yeah.
through it. You know, use Camtasia or what have you to capture it.
Yeah.
But boom, it's all there. And what you can do is just tease this, you know, tease
Yeah.
these videos into YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a 2-minute one or whatever. And do that. But yeah, that's how you kind of set it all up.
Dude, that's brilliant.
And then the other thing, is think about, I didn't put it on here, but you need to think about your email
Yeah.
sequences.
Oh right.
So this, you have, I would say you need to have a 5.
And am I using? I was gonna use. I just registered with Mailchimp.
Yeah.
How do I actually store emails once people give them to me? Like, is that what
Their
you,
email addresses?
Yeah. Is that
They
what you
should have a
used MailChimp
list
before,
in there.
or-
Yeah.
Okay, that's your newsletter.
Yeah, I don't use it. So I was just looking at today this one. called Drip,
Okay.
but that's $50 a month.
I've heard that's like the more advanced mail. It's like
Yeah.
when you get tired of MailChimp now, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So the reason I'm looking at Drip is because I was telling you today about that lead scoring thing.
Right.
Is that how do I know if somebody's
Right.
qualified? So with MailChimp, you can't lead score somebody because you can't tag them.
Right.
Because if somebody comes, so
I just know that they gave me.
here they're a prospect,
Right.
now they're a lead. As soon
Okay.
as they opt in here, now they're a
Ooh,
lead.
That's cool.
So they just jumped up on their lead score. So they went from being a 1 to being a 25.
Gotcha.
To when they attend your webinar, now they're a 50.
Right. That's good.
You know, and if they jump from your webinar or your video library, they're probably 75. You know, or 80. Like they're pretty well positioned for you to come in and do some work with, and those might be the people that you're interviewing for your podcast, or you know you're just saying, hey, I'm trying to design some material. What do you want? You know, stuff like that. I think that would be helpful. All that, but yeah, sorry. So you need a 5 to 7 email sequence here, and then you need a 5 to 7 email sequence here. I would have 2 webinars. I know that this is like, Nathan, what the fuck, you're overloading me. But this is so think of doing quarterly webinars right now, but then you need your evergreen webinar as well. So your evergreen is like, I don't know, you gotta figure out like what your...
No, I mean I can have it, and part of the silliness with like even some of the Excel stuff actually lasts. Unlike one of the tough problems with Python with the Spark thing is it's just so du jour. So it's like when it was hot, and now I got most of my views right in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because people were like, I don't know how to install this fucking thing on Windows. Like that was my video, how to install this on Windows. And they're like, oh shit, I got to the top of Google just because no one had put that out.
Yeah.
The instructions on the software's webpage were broken.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were like, do this. And it's like, nope, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Most smart people would have figured it out on their own.
Right.
But, if you Googled it and it didn't fucking work, you got me.
Right.
But that slowed a lot. Like, people aren't as hot about that now. And it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever, been a year. But, like, with some of this Excel stuff, like, it's just how to structure, like, my webinar for Thursday is just how to structure your Excel files for people who get, if they work in an office and they get weekly, monthly, periodic updates of data.
Yeah.
And I worked with these people and they would just create new workbooks every time they got new data. They would copy information from one workbook to the other. No. Like, ideally you'd have a database, but if you don't, which you probably don't, then you're going to have one worksheet inside your workbook that's going to have all your data, another one that has pivot tables that you should be using to do your calculations, and then another one that's got the charts that you actually present to your boss.
Okay.
And so it's like those are the 3 things. And if the bigger they get, you might have multiple worksheets with data, multiple with pivots or formulas, multiple with charts, but that structure should be there. It should be like data in, shit happens to it, result analysis.
You need a process.
And that never changes. And that came from like the guys who are really good at it with Excel. They write about this in their books. You don't even really have to open Excel. I mean, you need to a little bit to show people, but like whether you're using 93 or 2013, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like this has been the way.
So that's your evergreen. Right?
Yeah,
that's your evergreen.
That'll be a good
to
one.
set up like, here's how you do it. Yeah, so that's an evergreen. And that's value oriented.
Yeah.
It's helping them out. It's platform building because now everything that you build is around that.
Yeah.
It's just like with the financial plan. Everything that I do is centered around the financial plan.
Nice.
That's why you have to have it because it's your hub for
Gotcha.
all the other spokes that you have
Gotcha.
going out.
Okay.
So I would have
That one. I got another one which is just and it would time out eventually, but it's basically the explanation of what is big data? Like, is this a real thing?
Right.
Yes, it is.
Right.
It means this. It doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
This is what it is. And so I had like a big data and cloud in-person talk. I did several times.
Yeah, and so what that could be is you may not gate that one.
Yeah.
You may just put that up on YouTube.
Yeah.
And use that to push people into this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have a evergreen webinar, and then for each, so you need a 5 to 7 email sequence here, and then once they get on this, then you just need to have your regular emails that are going out.
That's cool.
So it's like, hey, I just published this blog post, go check it out. Everybody should get that. That's what that list is for. It's like every time that you publish something, then they're gonna get that. But if I'm sitting where you're sitting right now, I want your website up. I think that you have enough information that you can really get going on that.
Do that on the flight on Friday.
Yeah, you can take care of that. I would hire somebody probably tonight to help out with doing the graphics and things, just put $50 into it. Hey, I want you to create some graphics, what have you. I'll show you what I did. And then video course.
I'm ready to rock on that one.
You can
I
do
have
that.
I have the trial of Camtasia, but I'll use the free ones to start. Just so people fucking buy the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then for the webinar stuff, you have that coming up.
Right.
So that's set up, and then your video library, you already have enough that you've done your meetups and the other stuff.
Yeah.
So you have a video library in there.
Yeah.
And so just with that, I mean, again, like I probably.
You're saying that's the video library is gated. That's behind the paywall.
Your video. So there might be. I mean, if you wanted to, you can do some stuff that's free.
Mm-hmm.
And some stuff that
makes sense.
Sorry, you can't get to this,
right.
to
member content or whatever.
Yeah, so you give them like, I mean, you could even do like the audio is free, but if you want the video, you gotta.
Or the intro, the first 2 sessions. If there are 10 videos in a course, the first 2.
So Udemy, does a great job of it.
Yeah,
it's just like, okay, well I can see it. Shit, I gotta buy it. It's like, okay, whatever. So yeah, I would have that. So I think you need to hire somebody to help you out with designing the visuals maybe for your book, and then get some good graphics for your website.
Okay.
For the ads, remember I said you need to have these little. Here's newsletter. Here's webinar. Here's
right, and Facebook page.
Yeah, and Facebook page. So free, paid.
Yeah.
And so you need to get those designed. So if you do that, you're going to be so far ahead. You're going to have a good platform. See, the issue that most people have when they're building their business around this is that it's flashy thing on Twitter, flashy thing on YouTube, flashy thing on Facebook. Oh, I need a podcast. And it's like, okay, those are all good if you have this shit already set up. If you don't have your core set up, it doesn't matter when you're doing all this other stuff, because it's not you're not maximizing the traffic that you're getting. If you've built all this, okay, I can start monetizing this day one. Guess what? Now, once you have this, you can take this out to an affiliate and say, other people in Meetup, hey guys, if you're willing to pump this for me, I'm going to give you $70 off of every one of these that you sell.
You're right.
My list is only 100, yours is 1,000. Can you just push this off this?
Dude, that shit would work so well. I mean, that's where I got the only people who paid for my in-person class.
Yeah.
When I got a group with 2,000 people on it, and the lady just agreed for free to send my email.
Right.
I was like, would you mind forwarding this to your member? I love your meetup. I've been a bunch. You know me.
Right.
And she was like, sure thing, Gus. Love to help. And then 5 seconds later, I had 7 signups. 2 were paid.
Yeah.
And I gave her. I was like, and 5 free if you send out to your people. It was like 10 minutes, and I was done. I was like, fuck. I spent 3 weeks.
Right.
And got essentially nothing.
Yeah.
And you spent, and I was like, I got to go back to them and say next time.
Right.
Hey, it's $200 class. You get 50.
Yeah.
Especially if it's
I'll give you 100. So most
I'll give
of them.
you 175.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. It's like most of them will give you. It's 50%.
50%
is kind of the industry standard.
Offer 25. See if I can.
But yeah, exactly. Most of these guys aren't gonna fucking know anyways.
Dude, that